And Aaron, you just have to make the title of the episode Sega.
You almost talked over it too.
Yeah, I know.
Hey, look! Sonic the Hedgehog! On another freaking Let's Play! Okay.
So,
I
we're playing Sonic the Hedgehog. It's on the Sega Genesis collection on the PS2.
back when Sonic the Hedgehog didn't completely suck.
You know, I would argue with that. I think this is back before he was good, and then there were two.
So he got good for like one game?
For like 2 or 3 games, and then... Because I think... I don't care for Sonic 2, but I think that it's at least playable.
I like this game.
You know, I think Sonic 3 and Knuckles is the best of the 3 of them, but... So, at the end of the level...
Yeah, I've got enough rings.
Yeah, but you have to keep those rings.
Like that.
Yep. Sonic is past Act 1. So,
I think everybody knows... Okay, so let's see if I can get this, because I'm really bad at this.
I've done it before. Only once.
Whoa!
That's how they move.
It seems fast.
You're very close to breaking through that one.
Yeah, I know. This first one's pretty easy.
Yeah.
Okay.
We just unlocked a game.
Talk about, like, breaking the immersion.
A little bit.
Oh, wait, that was a game I unlocked?
Yeah, you unlocked Zaxxon.
So, the more you play this, the more games on the...
Yeah.
That's stupid. Why don't we just have them all unlocked?
Because they want you to play certain games.
That is dumb. I'm sorry, I probably just tore the audio for you.
Yeah.
Oh well.
It's okay, I'll figure out a way to fix it.
See, this is Sonic the Hedgehog before he had the spin dash.
Which was Sonic 2.
Right. So maybe Sonic 3 is on this collection, you just have to unlock it.
Right, which would be nice. There's a chameleon there.
Yeah, I noticed. He wasn't hidden very well if I noticed him. Ah, no, I don't have enough rings.
We're just shy.
Just shy. I realized, like, as soon as I was going in there that oh well. I'm really not trying to get all the emeralds, because I don't think I can beat this game.
Yeah, I don't think you'll...
I'm not that good at it. Which is probably going to be really infuriating for people, because there's not going to be playing this all the way to the end. Well, we'll see how far we can get.
Sonic 3 is not in the collection.
Your Google Foo just told you that?
Yeah.
Oops. Okay, so
that Earl and Funkatron and Toe Jam and Earl were supposed to be on it, but they didn't end up on the final release.
So my question for you though is, what is your problem with this first game? I think that's what the world wants to know. Aaron, why do you not like the original Sonic the Hedgehog?
Well, you know, I really like Green Hill Zone. It sets like this precedent that everything is going to be about quick platforming, right? It's not like I don't have to think about where I'm going to, like, which path I'm going to choose.
But there's a lot of like pathing here.
There is, but a lot of it's very straightforward. And later levels are all about that and not about the fast platforming.
Yeah.
I mean, I just feel like it's not especially an exciting game. Right? Like,
you have to understand, this came out before, like, Super Nintendo, right? This was...
Right. I mean, like...
Yeah.
Yeah, okay,
because
right.
that was the whole, like, Sega does what Nintendo don't.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so, like, this is an interesting level, and I think the music is...
Every time.
I think the music is phenomenal in Sonic 1. I should probably point that there's a lot that I think this game has going on for it. I don't think that the controls.
Stop jumping on those words.
I do not think the controls are one of them. I think the controls are...
The only controls are like move and jump.
Right. So I think that in the very first level, that whole move and jump thing works very well. But then you start getting like these puzzle platform elements thrown into it, and those can be seen in later Sonic games as well. But I don't think that they work well in the genre. Right? Like, Mario experimented with it a little bit with the Ghost House kind of concept, but you didn't have very many of them. More than half of the levels in Sonic are those type of levels. Where it's like, figure out how to get to the end. You know? Things like the Carnival in Sonic 3, which, again, I said it's a persistent problem.
Well, that I acknowledge that's broken, but this is the first game.
Yeah, but this game has just as many of those type of levels.
When you see them, by all means, play them.
Oh yeah.
And I mean, this is way better than what Sonic's become.
Oh, certainly. I mean,
Sorry, Sonic fans, but Sonic hasn't been good in a very long time.
Sonic 3 Knuckles, maybe Sonic CD, you know.
That's generous.
I actually like Sonic Colors. I'll give him that one. I've
never played it.
I've got a copy of it. I thought Sonic Colors was alright. Sonic Generations is just like, if you like old Sonic games, you'll like Sonic.
The last new Sonic game I played, and I may have mentioned this before. Oh no. The last new Sonic game I played was Sonic, the one with the Werehog.
Unleashed. I never understood why they called him a Werehog. The were in werewolf
means man.
Human.
Oh, don't want to go down there. No. No. Wow.
Just right that, huh?
Awful. Just terrible.
So I think I don't know if I mentioned on a previous episode of AFLP, but I went to Video Games Live was in Toronto a few weeks ago, and so I went to it and they played a whole medley of Sonic the Hedgehog songs, and they were all Sonic 1 songs. And so it was like this, and they didn't even, I don't even know if they played Green Hill Zone, but they played like this and a little bit of Starlight Zone, I think, or something like that. You know, like, the music is great. Visually it looks fantastic. I think it looks better than some of the later Sonic games. You know, it was like they really tried to make it look better than the alternative. Oh, so the lava's gonna chase you.
Yep, I remember. So yeah, as you were saying,
I don't know. So maybe it's just that I don't like Sonic games. I don't know.
Did they play City Escape?
No, they did not.
Because it's
the only 3D Sonic theme that you like.
It's the only one I know.
Oh.
Moving around at the speed of sound.
You know, I kind of dig the theme songs for a lot of the later Sonic games because they tried to make them these big.
Oh my god, that is such horseshit.
What
Sorry,
happened?
the worm.
Shot at
I hit the worm and he broke apart, and then his piece as he was dead, it hit me after the shield was gone.
Oh, that's awful.
Sorry, as you.
Oh, yeah, and the shield has no. I kind of like that about the later Sonic games, that the shields actually had some kind of qualities to them. Like, you know, maybe it was a bubble, maybe it was a magnet, maybe it was it could be used as a weapon, right? Like the shield here is you take one less you hit to die,
well, I mean,
which is fine. But when you've got these things like the lava that kills you in one shot anyways, you know, it doesn't matter if you've got rings or not, the lava will kill you.
That's how you kill these things.
I don't know, I think that at least Sonic 1 is very deceptive, because Green Hill Zone is all about going fast.
Yeah, and this is not about just fun.
Right, like, this is very much like you have to think about where you're going to jump.
Or not
and
jump
sometimes
in that case.
And sometimes you do move too fast because that is a mechanic of the game. And you move too fast and you just charge right into an enemy because they don't load until you're on screen with them. right? Like, you've got to be in a very certain area for them to come on screen.
Okay, but the question is, what makes a good Sonic game? Because, like, they haven't been able to figure out how to do that in 3D yet.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, what was it about these original games that people love so much, and why can Sonic Team not figure out what that is?
Yeah, I mean, it's a tough question because really...
Because there was something about this game which has
warranted a sequel.
Which well, it didn't just warrant the sequel. Like, this was the concept. This was the system seller, right? Ow.
Yeah. Whoa. Okay then.
I guess I died, but I don't know what the hell happened there.
Well then, did it start you back at the beginning of the level?
No, so I may have checked my.
Okay. You know.
Sega.
You're all right.
So, oh my! Like, the same thing hit me like 4 times.
Yeah. I can't explain that one.
So what was it about this game that, if it's so different from like Sonic 2, Sonic 3, that was so appealing and made it and like warranted, this character to be like the shit?
I mean, you know what it probably was? Sonic came out in the time when you were trying to be cool. You're trying to be cool.
In my opinion, Sonic is a very 90s character.
Very much so. And maybe that's why they haven't been able to capitalize on him recently. That,
It's just so 90s.
So 90s.
Oh, look, I was right at the end of the level before that thing screwed up too.
Yeah. Like, let's put it this way. I like to think of them as like the Coke and Pepsi of video games.
Mario and Sonic?
Yeah. So Pepsi is all about, forever young, right? And I think that's kind of the...
Wow.
It was supposed to have attitude. It was supposed to be the Pepsi generation, right? And that's what Sonic is. Sonic represents almost the 90s era, right? Whereas Coke was supposed to have this, American dream, apple pie and baseball kind of feel to it. It was all about this. It was all about like a set of ideas that people felt a connection to, rather than a generation that they felt a connection to.
What?
Yeah, I can't explain what just happened there. And I think Mario is that too, right? It's like there's some set of timeless feel to picking up any Mario game.
Well, it's also because...
And even if Mario were to have worse controls or worse gameplay than a Sonic game, I think that there would still be a group of people who would be like, I prefer Mario.
Yeah, I mean, Mario is like the grandfather of all video games, but Mario was able to... Well, thanks for the mystery ring that came out of nowhere.
Seriously.
So Mario was able to, adapt to the next...
Right. I don't know why that section exists. But like, I think it's that timeless nature that has allowed Mario to be successful still, and Sonic less so, right?
They were. I mean, for a time, we were able to adapt Mario into. Now I think it's kind of stagnated a little bit.
Sure. I mean, like, Sonic is the face of the '90s and the face of chili dog consumers everywhere. There's not a whole lot that can be said about him or his games. People think he moves fast because that's how they sold the Genesis, but after the Genesis, it wasn't about moving fast. Right, because there wasn't that rivalry with Nintendo.
Oh, God. Well, there was for a while.
Yeah. Also, just kind of another parallel between the Pepsi-Coke thing. Pepsi often threw mud at Coke. You know, like Pepsi Challenge.
Yeah.
Or they'd commercial after commercial of like Coke truck drivers drinking Pepsi.
Yeah,
right? And Sega was the same way. They threw like, you know, we said the Genesis does what Nintendo don't.
Well,
I don't.
When you enter the market against the Titan, like you have to, you know, say something about it. But it worked. Like those ad campaigns worked for a while, if I remember correctly.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But I mean, Nintendo never retaliated the same way, right? They just kind of went with their. I mean, it's Nintendo, so they've always done what Nintendo does, which is just, you know, they do their thing and hopefully it works. Like nothing about what you just did now is like, yeah, this game's all about speed. You're about to get crushed. Oh no, never mind.
Nope.
I thought it was gonna drop further.
Nope. Looks like you're wrong about that.
I don't know. I can't explain what makes the old Sonics better than the new Sonics. Look, they made Sonic the Hedgehog 4, and people
didn't really get it. Well, it was short.
They made. I mean, it was episodic, but they made.
Well, but did they ever come out with episode 2?
Yeah, people liked episode 2 more than they liked episode 1, but like, they couldn't explain why.
Well, it's something in the level design, I have to think.
Which brings me back to what I said about this game, which is like.
Which, I mean, hold that thought for next time.
I guess we're playing more?
Yeah, we'll play a little bit more.
Okay.
So next time on AFLP.
Next time on AFLP. I guess we're playing a little bit more Sonic.
Aaron was telling me about why he doesn't like Sonic.
It's not that I don't like Sonic, it's that I
don't like Sonic.
Sonic. I don't like Sonic 1.
Wow.
Oh.
Well, I guess.
Oh, hey, actually, do you want to...
Yeah.
Do you want to one-off that?
Yep. Looks like it's going to be a one-off. Ignore the awkward pause. You can edit it out.